Hey guys, welcome to the storeroom. My name is Tom. I'm a stay-at-home dad for 5 kids, and I am a full-time eBay reseller. If that kind of content sounds interesting to you, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll see all of our updates and new posts. We've got 8 or 9, I don't remember, items that sold today for about $120. Let's go take a look at them. This Vonier shirt I got at from a buddy of mine who was getting rid of some stuff, and he sold me a big box of vintage clothes. This is 1991, single stitch on that Vonier tag. So that's a brand of sunglasses made in France. May not be hugely familiar to everybody, but it's definitely something to look out for. I had 2 of these. One sold pretty quickly for $29.99. This one I've probably had for 6 or 8 months now. So I took an offer on it of $18 plus shipping. I always buy this Movie Monster stuff when I find it. I paid $1 a piece for these. They're just stamps, replicas with the pin back, made in the US, so they're vintage. I thought that they would be more valuable than they were. I had them listed for like $19.99 plus shipping, and I paid $1 a piece at a friend's flea market booth, and they sat around for a while and ended up, I got an offer for $11.50, and I took it. That's plus shipping, so I'm making some money, but not a bunch. But normally these older Movie Monsters have a big following and will sell toys, posters, these kind of pinback collectibles. I've done really well with that stuff in the past, so I didn't have a problem taking a chance on these, and I did make money, but it wasn't a great buy. I was at a thrift store the other day and found a Build-A-Bear plush. It was a dog, and he sold for like $11. I paid $2 for the whole thing, but I took this Cubs hat off of him because it's Cubs, MLB branded, and Build-A-Bear branded, and it's sold by itself for $5.99 plus shipping. On Build-A-Bears, unless you have a really special bear, they're probably not worth a ton, but the accessories can be worth quite a bit. So it's always worth comping the accessories separately. This Ron John Surf Shop t-shirt isn't anything super special. It's got a really nice big bright print on the back, and it's got some parrots on the sleeves. So it's a pretty nice shirt, but it's nothing spectacular. It's not even vintage. It's got the website on there, and it's a screen printed tag. So you can always tell, like, this has a hang tag, which is generally something that's vintage, and it has a phone number on there. So normally those are good signs of vintage, but obviously if it has the website, then it can't be too awful old, and if it has this screen printed tag, then it's not very old at all. This one is 2 stitches in the bottom. The sleeves are long sleeves, so that doesn't really matter. It would be double stitched. It's double stitched across the shoulder here. If we look at this vignette, it is a single stitch in the hem, it is single stitch in the sleeve, and it is single stitch in the shoulder. Plus it has a hang tag that does not have a website on it, and it was made in the US. So indicative of a real live vintage shirt, and this one is dated 1991, but we don't have that benefit with a lot of shirts. This one doesn't have a date on it, but we know it's not old because it has the screen printed inside tag, double stitch shoulder, double stitch hem. It would be double stitch sleeve if it didn't have a cuff on the end of the long sleeve. So if you're going through a clothing rack and you wonder how old something is and it doesn't have a date, that gives you a good idea. Ralph Lauren polo, button up, not button down. If there's a button here that holds the collar down, that's button down. If there's not, it's button up. This is a button up. Ralph Lauren polo, just a regular old striped dress shirt, not the kind of thing I would normally source, except for it says 100% linen. And so this is just a long sleeve shirt. But being as it's 100% linen, during the summer, they're evidently more comfortable. I don't wear a lot of dress shirts. I don't know if you can tell. And so they sell during the summer fairly well from what I understand from Thrift of Life. You should check that guy's channel out. You guys know I get most of my shirts for $2.48 from the local Goodwills. And so at $16.99 free shipping, I'm making some money on this, and it was a quick flip. So it's not like I need to make a fortune when I bought it 4 days ago and took 2 days to list it, and it sold in 2 days. Around here, kitchenware sells cheap. These knives were in a bin. All the silverware was $0.25 in the entire thrift store. So one of these was sitting on top. So I dug through the whole bin and I found 4. So 4 at $0.25 a piece. I'm $1 into this lot. They sold for $19.99 free shipping. But these are often called canoe. There's also another word, and I'll put it up on the screen, but these are considered mid-century modern flatware, and they always sell. And then there's this Nerf football. It doesn't look like much, but I have found and sold this a couple of times, so I knew that for whatever reason, this is reasonably rare. It's not even that old. I think it's 2009, 2005. So, I mean, it's 16 years old. I guess it could drive a car if it had hands and legs. But they are reasonably sought after, this particular variety of Nerf football. And so this one sold for $22.50. I paid 97 cents at Goodwill recently for it. It sold probably in 2 weeks of being listed, and for a really good return. I mean, if you think about, like, these were not a good return on my investment because I paid $5 for them and they sold for like 11. But this I paid $1 for, I'll make $20. This I paid $1 for, I'll make 20 bucks. And so generally I'm not selling 100 and 200, even 60 or $65 items. I'm selling a lot of $20 items that I can pick up for $1. So this is my stuff. I'm gonna get a little help on the snap today. Boom, there you have it. Well, that could have gone tragically wrong. I'm glad it didn't. Here's something I think a lot of people are unaware of, maybe mostly people younger than myself, and I don't mean to be disparaging, but resealing media was a thing that stores and especially like rental stores did a lot of. And so you could be fooled, and I just want to show you on one that I was fooled on because I didn't look particularly closely. And this has the telltale signs, and we can look at some other sealed stuff to see what it should look like. So I picked up this Queen Latifah CD the other day, and I just grabbed it. I was like, oh, that's sealed, and put it in the pile and didn't take a second look at it. But it is not sealed. Well, and for obvious, the most obvious thing is this $7.99 sticker is underneath the plastic. So that didn't happen in the factory. It didn't have this seal on it, but that is not always a dead giveaway. This right here is what is most obvious. This has been, like, they did a really nice job of getting it clear and sharp, but they used heat shrink plastic, and that right there is the telltale sign of heat shrink plastic. This CD most likely would have had that white strip over the top, and it definitely would have had folded plastic corners like that. Any CD, any cassette tape, most any video game that would have been not on a cartridge, CD-based video games would have that folded plastic corner. So this is sealed. This is what's called resealed, which is, not only is it not as good as regular sealed, but if you try to sell it like this, you don't know what happened to it before somebody sealed it, and it could be damaged in there and you don't know. So if you find resealed stuff, probably it's in mint condition in there, but you don't know until you open it up and find out, and the reseal isn't adding any value. So open it up, check it out, sell it like a regular used item. All right, so the Hope Chest, one of our local thrift stores here, just posted a picture of an item for $150, and I bought it based on one picture, and I'm gonna go pick it up, and you guys will get to see what it is when we get there. I have so much bread and butter. You guys saw in the background of those videos where we were packing stuff up that the storeroom's so full you can't hardly move. So I am gonna be intentional about not buying much of anything for a while. But this, oh, I gave it away. I'll beep it out. This thing is it's $150, and I'll probably triple my money on it, and I may actually already have it sold to somebody who I'll more than double my money if the fish I've got on the line bites. Then I will more than double my money before I even pick it up, basically. Got to get some gas. So for the sake of the channel, we'll call it that, I'm going to probably head into a couple of thrift stores and just hold myself to one or two items, a couple of bucks, see if I can find some quick flip stuff that is super cheap and is easy to list. I'm not going to be buying every $5 t-shirt that I find like I sometimes do. All right, here we are, Goodwill. I'm going to try and go in here and spend 20 minutes, 20 bucks, and less than 5 items, which should be easy given the other criteria of the challenge, as it were. I just don't need a bunch, but you never know what you're going to find. So, see what happens. One first print. I should probably take this. It's obviously vintage. It's obviously just a way above standard quality, but I just don't have a lot of extra room anymore, place to put it, and I have so many bikes that I haven't even taken apart. Spiderweb chemicals. These are $1.87 or $1.78 for 2. Made in England. Popcorn potpourri. $2.99. So $15 I got Detroit Tigers hat, Detroit Red Wings hat. These Vans are size 11.5. They were $3.99, and look, they're not hardly worn at all. Beautiful condition on those. I normally sell Vans pretty fast, if not particularly high. These West Bend popcorn poppers do pretty well for me. I mean, they're not a huge amount of money, but for $3 I'm definitely gonna make some money. This is vintage enough to have this tag on it, and it's 2X. It'll fit me. It was $2.48. I suspect I'll make some money on it. And then this, $15.14. You saw that as a first print, as a first edition. So I legitimately only looked around for about 15 or 20 minutes, but the lines were so backed up that it took me almost a half an hour to get out of there. Is what it is. I spent $15. I got 2 hats, shoes, book, and a popcorn popper, and a shirt. So 6 items, $15, and a half an hour. That's pretty close to what I said I was gonna try for. And those things are all stuff that will list pretty easy. I just got to plug the popcorn popper in. If you're unfamiliar with those West Bend popcorn poppers, people buy them and convert them into coffee bean roasters, and they used to be $50 to $70, and now they're more like $35, $45. But for $3, I'll normally I do like $29.99 plus shipping. And they sell, you know, they're not super hot sellers, but they do sell in a week or two most of the time. Now that one is the West Bend Poppery 2, which does not do as well as the West Bend Poppery 1, which is a fantastic machine. Sells faster, brings more money. It's actually more powerful, like it's a 1500 watt. So that one's worth picking up if you find it. But the 2s, especially for whatever reason, that vintage colorway, the tan with the orange plastic lid, do better than that. Comes in a white and a black, the 2 does, and they don't sell as well because I guess because they're more modern looking and people are trying to do something vintagey looking. All right, so a couple of quick pickups here at the Hope Chest. This is a vintage cup. They had one that said Charles on the bottom of it too, but it was more faded out and less universal than Mom. $2.99. I didn't even have my phone, so I didn't do comps on that one. We were just talking in this video about Build-A-Bears that have cool accessories. This was 99 cents, and I suspect just this cow will do fairly well. This was $2.99. It's obviously new in the package, partially. And it's from 1998, if you can see that. So, I don't know anything about it, but I thought for $3 it's worth taking a shot on. So 3 things in the Hope Chest. I spent like $8 or something. And now we'll go get the table. All right, let's get in this store real quick and we'll see, and then we'll be done for the day. Life Budweiser, $5. I don't know anything about that, but it's a neat print. Got any granny squares? I don't see any granny squares. Shell tails. Those are huge. So I didn't take the Budweiser shirt, and I didn't take the coveralls with that BA thing on it. I probably should have taken both. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you identify that BA on there? I suspect it's aviation plane related. Anyway, I didn't end up buying anything there, and then we came home. So I spent $150 on a table. Let's check it out. These are a very distinct shape of leg. See if I can get it to focus. That is a very distinct shape of leg. And this X, that cast aluminum shape X. Now here's the top. I don't know how well you can see that. but it's not in great shape. There's a big burn mark right here. There's a handful of burn marks across it. It has been very poorly refinished. But this label right here, Herman Miller, makes it worth picking up. And I would know those legs and that table base anywhere, whether that top was on it or not. And I'm gonna sell it without the top on it. And look at the comps. The comps are really, really solid on a piece like this. I paid $150. It's probably $350, $400 plus shipping. And you ask, Tom, how are you gonna ship a 7-foot conference table? This piece here comes off, that piece comes off, this piece comes off, and that piece comes off. So then these become 24 by 24 squares, and all the black pipes are individual pieces. So it takes some doing. You have to dismantle the base. But for $150, $200 profit, it's worth the time. So once I got this thing home, I was able to open it up and do some looking. So the box is in really nice shape. I paid $2.99, and it does have all the pieces, including the instructions, which tell me that all the pieces are there. So now I'm just going to figure out, except for the stickers, about half of the stickers are used. Now I'm just going to figure out how to reattach these little things and call it new open box. But look at the comps on this thing. I think there's maybe only one sold comp, but the asking price is pretty high and there's not a lot listed. So hopefully new open box, I can get some real money for this thing. All right, well, hopefully that was interesting for you. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. My analytics say that 40% of the people who watch this show aren't subscribed, and 40% of the people who watch this are like 8 of you. So like, comment, subscribe, and come back for the next one, or go watch another one, an older one. Go watch 2 Flippin' Puppets too. I'll leave a link in the description. What do you say?
Like and subscribe.